Welcome back, traveler. Today, the Cavern Queen does a colony planning tour, discusses how to make a wall more interesting, and wonders where that TimidHat is. Hello everyone, it's Lady Shatana, and I'm really excited to be in my university and really sad that I just punched poor little Aiden, who was just trying to do his job, but he got in my way, and that's not something you should do. So hopefully he won't be mad at me for very long. I am very excited to have you back joining my adventures, and we're going to do a bunch of colony things today. We're going to talk about colony planning, and we're going to set some stuff, we're going to do some things, we're going to make it look nice, and it's going to be great. So first of all, I've got a couple of mega halls on the go here. This is the geology hall, and I have helped quite a bit with this. I took quite a lot of it out, but I'm letting my builder do their thing right now. And the walls look a little crazy on this one because they actually contain some andesite, if I recall correctly, on these ones, so they have a little bit more visual interest. So we'll let him keep working on that one. And then over here we do have another mega hall. This one is what is this one? I can't actually remember. I'll have to go look. But Otto's been working really hard on it. Again, I did help out quite a lot on this one to get it going, but look at him go. Look at him go. Good job, Otto. You're my favorite. Look at those eyebrows. So bushy and wonderful. Okay, yeah, so those will be going up soon, and it's going to be great. So other than that, one thing that, because we have quite a few people now and we're starting to get raids and are starting to get a little bit bigger, we should probably set ourselves up a barracks. And there is a military mega hall, which I will eventually put up because it includes the Combat Academy and the Archer Academy. But there is also, I quite often will run two barracks. So there is a second one. It's an alternative barracks that fits into one of the connectors. And I quite often like to put one near the opening part of the colony. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have the barracks block in my hand, and barracks is a block of iron and some wood and the building tools. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it goes in just like this. So we're going to military, we're going to alternative, and selecting the barracks. And this one, it's just like that hospital that we've done previously, where it just snugs right in there, lines up with the walls and lines up with the center. And again, this one will be a bit quicker because it already has the connector opened up, but of course you can build this directly. You don't have to do the connector first. You just line it up the same way as usual. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to click the OK on that. And when those other mega halls are done, we will go ahead and start that build. So if you're doing these things and you get these construction tape in the way, if you don't want it there, it doesn't hurt anything to take it down. It's just helping show you where the build is going to be when it's ready to go. So let's see what else we got. Oh, we're getting to bedtime, so we're going to go ahead and sleep. And then let's go up and take a look at our external shire area. I've already got the tree thing, the forester, that we've been working on, and I did get the shepherd up there as well. And one thing we're going to do, we're actually going to finally add some stairs, so it's nicer to go up and down this area. So let's do that. Here we go. Okay, and there we go. So now we got some lovely stairs to help us get up and down much quicker, and may change these around a bit at some point, but for now I think that will do just fine. So the Shire Lumberjack is up to level 3. I don't have anybody actually employed here right now. I just wanted to get it up. In there somewhere in this area is actually a sawmill hut block, but as I'm not going to build a sawmill there, I'm just going to keep it just like this. I might zhuzh it up a little bit with maybe with a little pond and things like that, but we'll see. But in the meantime, I have the Shepherd Shire hut here, and again, I don't have anybody employed, but I did bring some sheep over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this area out a bit straight, and I'm going to put in the cowboy. So we got the cows over here too, and then I'll make a nice path running down here, and then up above my plan is to put the piggies and the chickens for that. And what you end up when you build like this is you end up with these walls that are not super sexy. I came up with a way to solve that. That actually is pretty easy to do and looks pretty nice. We're going to need one more bucket of water to do that, so let's run down and get one. Okay, now I have the 2 buckets of water that I needed that I should have done before and been prepared with. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a temporary infinite water source over here. I'll pick it up later, but you start with a water source just like that, and so you have some water available to you. And then what you do is on the wall, you start with, and I usually use some of the planks panels from the Domum, and I will do something fun like this. So about the 3rd one or so, I will put a panel on the bottom, and sometimes I will put a 2nd panel, but depends on how often I see the citizens going in there. But then up here I will actually have and again, I haven't done this in a while, so I have to think about what I'm doing as I do it. You do that, so you have a nice little space thing there, and then you put the water in there, and then you end up with something like that. And then you leave a row of, I usually leave like grass or something, or dirt, and then I'll put like vines or something like that. And then on the next one over, I'll do the same kind of thing, where I've got the planks that go in there, and then I open these up, just like that. And then I put the water in like, oops, not like that, not like that, like that. And then you just go along and you do that along the whole row, and with the dirt in between, with maybe some vines, that ends up looking really nice. And then what I'll do is I'll usually put like berry bushes or something like that along the edge, and then on the top edge I'll put various kinds of plants and things like that just to make it look really nice. So then here where there's that, so you'll just switch it up like that. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that along the whole thing, and then I will replace this with something, like I said, vines or something, just to make that look nice. And so you end up adding visual interest to the wall, but it doesn't take all that much work really. And then if you find that your citizens are doing silly things like this and drowning themselves, which they shouldn't, but if you ever find that they do, you can go ahead and just add another panel like that, and that will prevent them from being able to jump up and get in. So sometimes I'll end up with 2 panels on the bottom. But yeah, there you go. So that's a good way to deal with the sort of terraforming, so you can make a plain old wall look much nicer. So I hope that helps with dealing with that sort of thing. And what else are we going to do? Oh, I was going to talk about the waterfront. So I have this main dock decoration, the big dock, which I love. I love the dock, but it's pretty big. I always forget how big it is when I'm building things, and I've got my supply ship sitting over there. And when you take a look at trying to put the dock in over here, let's pop it in here and take a look at it. Decorations large and the main gate dock. So this one, so if you've used it before, you know that it's actually designed so that if you don't have this already built, it actually will snug into this area here. But because we already have a thing going on here, I would probably do it something like that. But if you look over here, you see it's actually going to smash right into my supply ship, which is counterproductive. So the first thing you would do is obviously take a look and make sure that it is something that you are going to want there. Now, why do I need a giant dock in a small lake? Well, I don't, but I like it, so I'm probably going to put it there anyway. And then I always like to, on those pillars, I like to do as much diving as possible and actually bump them right down with cobblestone down as far as I can to the bottom, because I think that's what a dock should do. But this is a very deep lake, so we'll see how far I get with that. And so how do you deal with the problem of the ship if you want to put this in? Well, the cool thing about Minecolonies these days is you can actually deconstruct and move huts. So we can actually pull that builder's hut out of there. That's currently at level 3, I believe it is, and we can move it somewhere else. The other cool thing is that we now have the opportunity to get free supply ships and supply camps. So they'll be in loot chests in various places. And I was out exploring and I found a shipwreck and it had a free supply ship. So what I'll do is I'll deconstruct the builder's hut. I'll actually pull down that whole ship for supplies, which is really what they're meant for, is to actually pull supplies out of them. And so I'll take the whole thing out. I'll then build the main gate, can't speak today, main gate dock, and then I'll use that free supply ship to pop another ship in, and I'll probably put it on that same side, but it'll be further over. So what I could have done, because I know the style, I could have figured out where I was going to put the town hall, figured out where the dock was going to extend to, and then I could have counted the spaces out and put the ship where it's not going to infringe on it. But I wanted to show you guys how you deal with it after the fact. So that's how you do that. So you got to get yourself a free ship, or you don't have to. You can always build a ship, and then you do it from there. So there's that. Another thing that a little tip, trick kind of thing I wanted to show you is when you are looking at your colony here. So we know that with the lake here and with everything here, we're not going to extend the actual, like any buildings or make halls or anything like that out this way, but there is some space. So something I kind of like to do is I'll put another intersection in here, which I can then put the alternative builder's hut, or maybe if I need some more couriers, because there's only 8 in here and you can actually do 10 with the warehouse. So you can do that, like just knowing that you're not going to extend any further, you can do crazy things like that. And I'm going to show you how that's going to work after we go to sleep. And I'm sure you're all wondering where TimidHat is. Where is that sneaky guy? He's actually at camp. And I'm sure he's having an absolutely fantastic time. He made me promise that I wouldn't do too many recordings without him, because he knows you're all going to be sad that he's not here. So that's why TimidHat isn't doing crazy things around us today. So yeah, hopefully you're not too sad that he's not here. So I'm going to show you over on this end with doing that extra intersection. So you just want to make sure that you are absolutely sure you're lined up in the right place. This is where we're going to do it. I did actually measure it out, and a connector or a small hall would extend quite a bit further out, but this is also a lesson in creative terraforming to make everything look nice. So let's pull up an intersection, and we're going to plop it into place, line it up the same way as you normally would do, or because we know it's an intersection, we could try overlapping this way, and then you won't have a double. So that's probably a good way to go, because all it does is that first one, and then you won't double things up. So you do have to think a little more creatively when you are setting up with oddities like that. But because you're at the edge of where your colony is at and the cliff, you want to run back outside and take a good look at what it's doing on the outside to see if it's going to stick out, or if you need to, if you're running into anything else. Like, it's possible that if I'm not keeping track of where things are, it could be running into my supply ship or something like that. But in this case, it is over here, and right now it's actually not sticking out or anything like that. But if we weren't overlapping the way we had that overlap, it actually would stick out a little bit. And if we did want to still do it like that, or if the spacing meant that we did have to do it like that, what you would do is, once it's built, you're on the outside of the, or even on the inside, you'd fill that in with stone. And then you could maybe do some regular stone or dirt or something just on the outside. And then what you do is you put some water up here, and you let a big old waterfall cover the area. That is the fastest and easiest way to cover up something poking out of a mountain. I've done it many times, and it works really great. The only thing is, you do want to make sure you're filling that hole so that citizens aren't jumping out and using this as a as a swimming water feature. So I will be doing it, I think I'll be doing it overlapped, but it's really great because by coming out and taking a look, you're making sure that it's not doing anything crazy, and if it is, you have some ways to fix it really quickly and easily. And the trick is water. Always have lots of water all over the place, because putting lava there probably would be counterproductive. Though, I do like lava. Maybe we'll think about that. Oops. Maybe we'll think about putting lava there as well, because that could be really great. It would have a nice little, yeah, I don't know. Let's think about that. Let's put a pin in that, shall we? And then over here, once I think about exactly how I'm going to do this, I'll probably open this up a little bit, and then we know we've got the dock coming out here. And then what I was thinking is that I would actually extend this little bit here. Actually, I'm going to do this so I have a way to get back up on this end. But extending this bit here, and then put a tree, a sapling or two here, and maybe like a 4x spruce or something, so that it grows really tall. So I get a nice tree over here, and then maybe on this level here I'll do another one, so that I have another tree, and just to give a bit more visual interest to this area. And then here I could do that same sort of thing where I have the water cascading down in the wall. And then this one, I've got a couple of suggestions of what to do here. I did have somebody suggest doing this as a little sort of Ars Nouveau area with the starbuncles. So with some of the plants that come with ours, and then a little starbuncle dude that's coming in and doing that. And I think that would be a really great idea. So I think that might be something we'll do. So that's where I'm at. That's where my planning is. Various things I'm going to do in the colony and where I'm at, and some tips and tricks on how to make things look nice. And that I think might just about do it. I would like to be able to assure TimidHat that I didn't do anything super exciting while he was away. But I'm sure he's, like I said, I'm sure he's having a great time. So yeah, let's end it there. I hope that you are having an absolutely fantastic day and that we will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.